All right, apologies to everybody.
Oh man.
What's the matter? Oh, you were here, but now you're gone. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I apologize.
Sorry about that. The mouth breather is back.
All right, I'm trying to invite another player into the thing so she can give you another perspective as well. Let's
Should I
see.
talk should I talk about my character?
Yes, you should talk about your character.
Oh. Well, I haven't developed quite a big backstory for him yet, but he I guess the term used to become a part of this dream state or part of the city of dreams, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, go back to your share screen so you can show your character.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'll present you. Here we go. Present everyone, and hopefully it doesn't come out all crazy looking now. Let's see. Ah, much better. There we go. All right. So yes, how do you? First of all, did you change your color and stuff too?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you're gonna have to maybe talk a little bit about that because I don't even know how that's possible.
You don't?
Nope.
You just
I'm
click on your character
yeah.
and then you go to avatar customization, you pick the hair color,
No,
the skin.
not the color of your avatar, the color of your chat.
Oh, that okay. You go click on the question mark, go to options, and right here where it says chat text color, message color, and background color, you can change all that. I kept the background color black. Chat I made green, and message I made red.
Excuse me 1 second, please.
But yeah, that's all there is to it.
Alrighty.
Of course, I turned off profanity filter, but I'm thinking because of some discussions you and I had, I'm thinking about
You
turning that on.
you can't you. I mean, it's a role playing game, so I mean, you can speak how you're going to speak. The profanity filter thing is more about protecting people under the age of 13.
Ah, okay.
They do need parental consent in order to play. But there are, there are adult situations and conversations that do take place in the game, and we try to protect them from that as much as we can. All right, so Purple Ace is like me, an older player. We've been playing since what is it? Beta was 1996, 97, and then it went live 1998. So we've been around for a while, and she's been in different houses, and currently she's the ruler of the house that she's in now, and she can give you a little information on that in game.
Yeah, I think her house is the one that Apo was a part of, actually. Uh,
Apothis?
yeah, Pothos. I
No,
call him Apo.
he's in the monastery.
Oh,
That's the squiggly line crest. She's got a shield, so she's up in Andrew Barrows.
still confused.
That's why you've got to ask questions and learn about each house because each house offers something different. And the other thing is each house has different arts. So you'll get a benefit from being in one house based on an art that they have. Let's see. What do we got going here? All right. And
I don't think she liked my conversation there.
well, she's role playing. Remember, she's not in this chat with us, this verbal chat. So she's gonna
Yeah, I know.
she's gonna talk to you differently. Let's see here. I want to get into.
See, that's the thing right there. AYE. Is that, are they literally saying I or A?
I like yeah.
Okay.
She speaks in like old lingo. She doesn't really talk like that in real life. This is just
No,
her character.
I know the difference, man. I know Lady Silver kind of informed me a little bit on the
Oh
difference.
wow, you already wrote a description of yourself and everything. Damn, you are on ball.
How do you see the description?
I could see it by right clicking on your name. So if you wanted to see Purple Ace's aura, we call it the aura in the game. You right click on her name, it'll give you her aura.
Oh, there it is. Oh, damn, that took forever.
All right, so tell me more. I
Oh
know
wow, that's a bit.
it's very detailed, right?
That is very detailed. Okay then.
Think about it. She's got 20 years of experience in this game. So in 20 years, that's what her characters become. So she's telling you a little bit about the strongholds.
Yeah, she speaks in very old tongue. I could tell.
So while she's doing that, just nod once in a while, but then tell me verbally. You said you had to talk about something about the keyboard that was bothering you, or the keyboard configurations, or something.
Yeah, they're a bit weird. Like the jump key is funny. Like it doesn't initially start as J, or it initially doesn't work. And then I had to go in and manipulate it myself to do jump. And for some reason, when like when you press shift is supposed to run, but apparently I'm running all the time, and shift actually just brings it down to a walk.
Yeah, you can have the auto feature put onto a key where you can turn it on and off. It's called auto run, on off. Most people set it for that little minus key thingy over underneath the escape key.
I don't talk. It's because I'm focusing on what I'm trying to say here.
Nope, you're more than welcome to focus on what you're saying in the game. That's far more important.
So please don't take offense to that.
Nope, I won't. Remind me after I'm done with the stream, though, to go in and do my edits for the links and all that stuff, though, because I think I had to start this one kind of rushed.
Well, I might have to go in and type my description out better, too. What's the term for coming to this plane, this portal, this existence? Is it waking or sleeping or dreaming? Like I don't know what context to use that.
Say the question again.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Say the question again.
I said, what's the term when you come into existence in this world? What's the term? Are you waking? Are you dreaming? Are you sleeping?
Okay.
Like, how do you say when I first started dreaming, or when I first started waking up? Or
yeah. So you're asleep in your make-believe world, which is called your shard. And you've entered a universal area of dreaming where people from around different shards come into one central city.
You got it.
All right. And AV, this is Starling. Starling is the ruler of the Order of the Sable Moon.
Oh, nice to meet you, Starling. Oh, she muted herself. I think she was busy.
Nope, sorry. I thought I unmuted myself. it was nice to meet you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, she gave me the tour of the place.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's actually a player that I brought back. And
Yeah, I watched the intro video.
Yeah.
I listened to it.
She found out about the order being available, and she took charge. Got that thing open and got a lot of members now.
It was so much fun. So thank you.
But what I wanted to put in my description is that my character actually has vague memories of this world, the waking world of being a warrior fighting, and then of course I'm trying to incorporate like this character's not aware, of course. I've read the rules, but this character's not aware. It's just vague visions, vague memories, stuff that impacts how he is in this world. I'm trying to be somebody different, but at the same time, I'm kind of like whenever I do role playing or try to make up characters, I always go for how I am, but of course it's role playing.
Okay, so somebody in the chat. By the way, the Purple Lace asked you a question in game.
I know. I'm trying to answer her.
The question or the statement in the YouTube chat was that awakening refers to gaining access to the dream for the first time. So you are awakened to the city for the first time, and as you come back, you're dreaming. Thank you, Euthanatos.
And if you've never dreamed before, it's unawakened.
Correct. So Starling is also another older player that's come back. Uthi is kind of an older player. He's in the chat. I don't know if he's in game or not. He should be in game if he's in chat. Just saying.
I know. Starling led me through some long paths.
Yeah. Well, luckily the Wishbringer gave me permission to bring my GM in, because with my GM, me and whatever the other GM is in here somewhere, we can use summon, and we can just teleport ourselves up and then summon you, so you don't have to do all the walking. But you should learn the long ways, because that's what my character does, Gola. Even though there's shortcuts, he still walks the very long path to each and every location.
Most of the time, same. Most of the time.
And Euthanatos, I believe, is a member of HC. So I know you said you were thinking of joining Order or HC. So those Starling and Uthi are two people to talk to.
Hey, yeah, we are.
But who knows? Purple Ace may convince you.
She has recruited quite the army, so.
I'm having a brain fart. I can't think of words. She's probably wondering, is this guy going to answer me back or what? Probably.
You could do a short sentence that says, "Give me a moment to collect my thoughts." There you go. Perfect. See, you did it exactly right. Starling, we're in threshold in between Ellipse and the Covenant.
Okay.
I'm just teasing you, Thanatos. He's in the YouTube chat. Hey, Koi Scribble. Koi Scribble is a moderator and also a GM. Manages marketing with me, and we do a phenomenal job with that. I just give ourselves a little toot. I think we've just produced our fourth newspaper, and it's actually really, really popular.
Is it an online one?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, Underlight. We also have a Discord, and we have our forums, which I believe Koi Scribble worked very hard to make it so that the paper can be produced and put up there as well.
Yep, both locations, and it's a lot of fun to contribute to as well as read.
And it's an IC paper, so it's in character things that are going on in the city.
I think I've seen those plastered around all over the place.
Yeah, I think we put it up on Twitter too.
You aren't a stronghold and coalition of 4 guilds.
Yeah. So her house is kind of important to listen to and understand because it's one of the first of its kind in the game, where it's a bunch of different ideas and belief systems incorporated into a house, and each fraction has a certain amount of power within the house, and then they vote on various things that need majority in order to move forward with it. So it's a very interesting house. So it does have a lot of positive that it can add to the game for role playing. And the guy that you kept asking about the other day, Wishbringer, that's the owner of the game.
Yeah, I got to meet him once.
Yeah, he's a I mean, I don't hold it against him. He is a fate sender. It is what it is, but he's a great guy to work for.
Haha.
Starling, who's my apprentice, happens to be a fate sender as well.
What's a fate sender?
Only the most wonderful cinders of fate. No.
How did I know that was going to come?
Technically, fate senders have some of the fun, more
volatile
major arts like blind, stagger, deafen, paralyzed. Just some that are kind of quirky and make, fighting harder or make doing things harder, but there's usually always a defense against it. But at the same time, they're known as kind of being tricksters of the dream because of the arts that they have and sometimes the personalities they possess.
I think they have the most area of effect arts as well.
Yeah, I think so.
I forget what I am.
You are a
Soul master.
No, he's a gatekeeper.
No, it says resilience 20.
Where? Oh. Duh. Thank you. Yes. You are a soul master, so you're a healer slash soul manipulator. Mm-hmm. You're actually very valuable in the game.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's what I wanted to pick.
That's okay.
Yeah, they're awesome. Like, seriously, if you ask Starling, she'll tell you a million times she wishes she were a soul master.
You're not limited to how many characters you can have.
As I was reading the description, it said like protector of the dream world. So I was like,
you probably saw the gatekeeper thing, but you selected the bubble for soul master.
Oh well.
Which is fine because you can create a gatekeeper too. Just don't cross over with the two characters. That's all.
I usually just stick with one, man. I'm pretty boring.
You're gonna find that soul masters are very valuable in the game. They have specific essence manipulation arts when it comes to getting energy in your prime to power your house and stuff like that. They're very, very useful and needed. They also can heal and strip arts away from people as you gain in power.
So they aren't really a house; they're just.
Oh, you're talking about Purple Aces thing?
Yeah.
They kind of are. They're still a house, but they're made up of multiple guilds. So you got the Cabal or Cabal. She gets mad when she gets mad when I pronounce it wrong.
A guarding guild.
A guarding guild.
A guarding guild means city guard. They're a fraction of the city that goes around and protects against the forces of evil, nightmares, things like that. Like, for instance, the Alliance of the Eclipse, which I'm in, we don't fight daymares or darkmares. So if we get attacked, we either have to put our art on and protect ourselves, or we have to hide in sanctuary. Occasionally, what will happen is people from various houses that do fight them will come up and get them off of our property. For the most part, we don't really have too many issues with them as our house, but occasionally you get one that's just whacked out, just attacks everything.
There's a ruler crest.
Yep, her ruler crest.
there a possibility for me to make my own guild if I can't pick one?
If you can get enough people interested, I think there's still what is there 2 houses that can still be opened?
Let me see. I think
Starlin?
there's 3 still, because I think there are only 5 strongholds that are open right now.
Okay.
Like, since Emergence was closed.
Yeah. What? Who was?
Emergence Academy.
Okay, so you got three closed houses that are available to open. You need at least 10 people, I believe, to open a house. Unless that's changed. I haven't really read. The Cabal's the oldest. Yeah, the Cabal.
Every time I hear Cabal, I think of the Mortal Kombat character. She chuckled. She knows what I'm saying.
I do. I used to love playing that.
It's actually one of my favorite characters in the game.
I like how the Bastion is structured differently from the other houses. It's kind of interesting to see the collection of the guilds within the stronghold versus one house with a unified belief. It's pretty neat.
And to see it function well too.
Yeah.
That's as my character, I can't stand the house, but
No wonder she's partial to her quote unquote house and not the others, and that's why she made some remarks regarding Order of the Sableman and the other one.
yeah. So what Coy Underlight said was you can create a guild with less members, and as you gain members and as you gain interest, you can then expand it into a house. There is an ability to lock off certain areas of the city for cost. Again, that's where the essences come in. There are a couple of elders that will charge you essence strength to lock portals and give you special keys that only you can access that portal.
Wow.
And that's called creating a guild.
Almost start. Oh, go ahead.
Which is what Purple Ace has. She has the Cabal located in Lost Caves, and they have special locks on their portals so that only their members can access. Or as Purple Ace said, you could just join the Bastion. Now that is primarily a fighter house for the most part. They have a lot of good fighters. HC has a lot of good fighters. I really don't think OSM fights too much. Do you guys? I mean, you guys will if you have to, but for the most part, you guys really don't right now, right?
Right, just defensive. Obviously, we won't throw the first check, but should the need ever arise, we'll defend the house and of course the city. But
what about strategy? What's the
strategery?
Strategery.
God dang it.
Oh my gosh.
Let me try to see if I can get the word out for you. Strategery.
No, what the people are called, the people that do that stuff, they come up with strategies. Strategists? Yeah, we'll just go with that. Strategists.
A strategist?
Yeah.
I think each house has a representative that they elect to be like their organizer for defense, their organizer for offense, their organizer for item collection, because there's generators in the city that generate items. They'll get like a list of things that they need.
Oh, she's talking about me because I don't keep.
Ants in my pants.
To be honest, it really is a lot of information to take in, and it's hard. It's going to be hard for me to even remember a lot of it.
Okay, I'm trying to remember who Christian Armstrong was. I know Christian Armstrong is Nathan. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, The
Gee.
Chosen.
Yes, Chosen. Now
Uh-oh.
that's one I thought you would have liked, Raz, or AV. Well, well, Christian, he AV wants to be a fighter, so it seems like something up Nathan's alley to be teaching him, don't you think? That dude goes toe to toe with Damirs.
Dimitri.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so Dimitri, I believe, is HC, right? Or is he in the shadow now?
I believe he's still HC.
Okay, HC.
That's what his thing has.
Oh, Arnie's HC too. Still a newcomer. See, this is I like this AV as much as you might think that this is annoying. This is awesome because it's really giving players, both the viewers and even yourself, a real good perspective of new player. It's it kind of helps us as well because we get to figure out how we can better as role players better.
Oh wow! I know what you're talking about. There we go.
What?
There we go with that kind of role playing.
They're just kissing. And
That's just a softcore port. Softcore, right?
That's in every role playing game.
She'd have to kill me afterwards.
Who?
I asked her what her core values was, and she said she'd have to kill me if she told me.
Well, there you go. Welcome to Purple Lace. If you read her aura, you figured out what she is. So
Oh, I didn't. Well, I read some of it, but it's mostly just a description of her body.
right, she's a vampire or a vampiress.
Okay, I'll pass all the stuff about her body. I'll go to the bottom. Oh, she's into whips, huh? That doesn't tell. Branded with an LC. Okay. Oh, somebody wrote something. Oh, Arnaya. Arnaya.
I like your screen colors with your red and green. It's very festive.
I was actually asking them about that because I didn't even know you could change chat colors.
Well, I wasn't going for festive. It was just like red and green. Do you know how to do that? I don't know if I should just call you Starling or
You could call me Starlin, Laurie, whatever you want to call me. But I think you just go into the question mark, and then I think you've got the options, right?
Oh wow.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, over here. I tried showing Angelo that, but he wasn't paying attention.
Well, I'm on a GM character right now, so changing colors isn't really an option.
I get you.
I'm liable to press a wrong button and just collapse the entire room because I have like all this stuff and I don't know what it does, so I just don't even touch it. I just use this for marketing.
Met Cirrus before. I don't know who Nathan is. That's pretty straightforward name.
Razziel. All right, so Nathan is one of the more hardcore fighters of Underlight. You got Harkin, who's also uh, probably one of, if not the best fighter in Underlight. So if you ever need to learn fighting skills and things like that,
Oh, okay, now it's just becoming really overwhelming at this point. Am I supposed to now in this game? Am I supposed to already know their names, or should I just wait for them to greet me?
you wait for them to greet you.
I'll just say hello, sirs. Then
Because technically their names are above their heads, but that's an OOC function, so you don't know that that's their name. You just introduce yourself. Hello, my name is blah, and you are, or something along those lines.
well, I already know who Darius is. I met him before.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, there you go. Who was the heavy, or who was the
A heavy
Who's
hitter, the good fighter, that's Nathan with the white halo.
oh,
The white halo means apprentice. They're studying to become a teacher.
Look at that full hallway.
I know. This is starting to attract. Well, that's the other reason why I came in on a GM character, which thought it would attract more people, which clearly it does. Fancy halo and all that. All right, so as I was telling you, AV, Nathan is one of the better fighters. So, like the warrior aspect of what you want to role play your character as, he's somebody good to learn from, as far as setting up your keyboard right and all that stuff.
you said Nathan, right?
Yeah, Nathan, this guy right here that I'm looking at.
Okay. I just waved at him.
Now I know who I need to talk to for that kind of setup. I'm like Starling is like killing it with the blade, but I could get so much better. So.
Oh, jeez, yeah. I still don't know how people blade shams and stuff like that.
Oh
It's
my
like,
gosh! Yeah,
oh,
me either.
you got to be good. You got to be really good.
Yeah, I mean it's one thing if they're just walking at you with claws, but when they're shooting missiles at you, no. Like, what can I hide behind?
Hide behind a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Where's my other GM support? Here we are.
I call Cyborg Psy, so I'm pretty sure some of them might know who I'm referring to. We are pincered between the elders. Zoinks. Zoinks! Oh, God, there's another one?
Oh, there she is.
Like, this is kind of feeding into my real life fear of being crowded. I need this open space.
All right, so Scribs can hear me now, I think. Let's see. Show me the right thing. Okay. Yep, I see you. All right, so let me get back into the screen here.
Nice house tours.
Uh-oh, wrong way.
He's on the run.
Shit, he took off. He left. He said, screw this. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
The hunter Nathan, see?
I didn't want to be out here. I didn't want to die. Oh, I'm back in here. Oh, Jesus. No, I don't want to die here.
We'll stop trying to die. Get up here.
I'll see every time I go somewhere, like an infant pops out of nowhere, and it's just...
Yeah, well, it's always going to stay there until you kill it.
and it comes back again.
Where'd you go now?
I'm going back to an open area. I don't want to be in the library. I'm going back to that one area I was in. I felt more comfortable there. To be honest, that's just way too many faces. Ah, here we go. Open space.
That is a pretty cool room with the waterfall. It's awesome.
Where did he
Wasn't-
go?
Providence.
Wasn't it-
Oh,
Yeah,
you're in Providence now?
Wasn't it you who took me here, Starling?
Yes, probably to go to the Welcome Center, maybe.
Yeah.
Either that or Lady Silver.
All right, so stay in Providence. We're gonna meet you there, okay? AV.
Yep. They were having fun there.
Christy munching on popcorn watching.
I've seen this picture before on the screen. The warrior on the screen.
The Warrior?
Yeah. Can't remember. It was on one of the live streams. I can't remember who it is.
One of my goals one day is to climb to the top of that waterfall.
Gotta go chase down the newly awakened. You know, it's been years since I've done this.
He still hasn't told me his name, so I'm gonna call him Gray Stranger.
Oh,
Nathan.
oh, you can ask him his name. I hate this stupid. You know, the one thing I do hate about the keyboard is every time there's an update, it erases your configurations.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, why is this not flame? Why am I instead invoking trail?
Speaking of which, I died by walking into one of the fires in one of the planes, I guess. I walked into one and I died. It killed me. I remember somebody mentioning something about that as well. Like that's one of the things that could kill you or something like that. Or maybe I got attacked. I don't know. All I remember is I walked into something like that and I died. Not really died, but
Well, you're new, so it's gonna take you a while to get that. But there you go. She said hello, Nathan. So now you know his name.
Here's somebody talking, walking.
Oh, I like that answer, AV. That's good.
What?
Why you left the hallway.
Uh,
Very good in character way of explaining what you did. Now, if you have specific questions, AV, ask, and I'll tell you how to ask in character so that the players here can answer them for you. Okay.
uh,
Actually, I'm kind of glad we're doing it with one one new player instead of two simultaneously, because I think that would be way too confusing.
Yeah, probably hard to focus on both screens.
Well, it's because there's another guy that wants to be a new player too, and
Hey, awesome.
trying to walk both of them through stuff at the same time while only sharing one screen would have been too hard.
Yeah. Plus, AV can get independent attention.
Yep. Well, I think that was a big mistake when it came to promoting the game to new players. Was we obviously failed to do it during peak hours, which has a disastrous effect. But at the same time, it gives us a better chance to focus the attention on them, so that we can at least get them to their first sphere or something, and
Yeah.
kind of get them gauged with some tasks, kind of understand how the manipulation of stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brandon.
well, is her character this painted character right here that's on the hangout screen? Did someone do that for her? Because I think that might be an artist you guys want to use.
Say that again.
Me.
Say that again.
That picture right here, this painted picture, is that something that's what's the word for it?
Which painted?
Relevant. The lady
painted?
holding the two blades, the daggers.
The icon, the Hangouts icon down there at the bottom right of my screen.
Oh, your icon.
Not mine.
Hold on, let me go look. What the heck is it?
Never
Oh,
mind.
I know what you're talking about now. Oh, that's that is the managing director of Underlight. He's typically quiet unless he needs to say something.
But is that picture relevant relevant to the game? Because I
Uh,
noticed there's some nuances in there.
It's I mean, it's relevant to him and his character that he played.
Oh, okay. Y'all might want to use that artist, Angelo.
Well, we have an artist, but we could always use more. That I will let that koi introduce themselves if they so wish to.
Hey, look, Gorgonson. Oh, he's left. Never mind. But I was going to say, if you ever get the opportunity to interact with his character, it's pretty neat, the role play that he does with his character. So make sure you check him out. Pay attention if you get the chance to see him again.
I don't know how to get up if I got to do something. Should I just say I'm going to meditate for 20 seconds or something?
Ask in the chat in the game. Ask how do I zone out for a moment,
Okay.
and they'll give you the answer. And there's an agree. I agree to a point with you, Susan. But one of the things we're finding with our new players is that if they don't know the actual mechanics of the game, the role play portion is lost to them. They need to know both. So we're trying to find a happy balance here.
Oh, we can smoke cigarettes in this damn game?
Yes.
Yeah, Sirius is a pro.
Trust me, there was a lot of marketing research that went into this, and this is one of the ways we think we're going to retain new players.
Okay, so I'll just go over here and stare. I'll be right back.
No, I do agree. I think that knowing the mechanics of the game is very important, because once you can figure out what you're doing, then you can figure out how you want to go about it.
Mm-hmm. Susan, this is a marketing video. Marketing. I understand where you're coming from. The role play portion marketing video will come soon. Right now, we're walking a new player through so that the GM team can get feedback on how to improve the training area and what needs to be included in the mechanics portion.
Do I need to run through the training area?
No, you do not need to run through the training area. I'm just answering a question.
I didn't hear the question. I just kind of walked in and heard you were explaining something.
Oh, she's typing it. She's typing it in the YouTube chat. All right, so for the in-game RP portion stuff, like the stuff that you're doing right now, this basically going to be on you to ask questions. That's really what it comes down to. As for the mechanic portion of it, if you have questions mechanically, let me know, and we have one of our GMs is making notes as to things that we can add or fix in the training area to make the fluid creation of character, understanding the keys, the components of that part, and then getting into the game and role playing.
Is there a keyboard shortcuts for like shouting actions and whispers?
Typically, if the keyboard is default, it should be the SET key, shout, emote, talk, and W for whisper. And Jade had made a good point. It's important to mention that we don't use emoticons in the game, so there's no like smiley faces and things like that. You
mean stuff like this?
Don't do it. You're in the game. Don't do that.
No one said anything to me.
Because they don't know how to respond to it from an IC perspective.
I got you.
Because it's not IC.
I got you.
You type out, for instance, if you saw my character smiled, Kaylee Kohler grins impetuously at Razel. Those are emotions that are being typed out, but they're emoted. You see them. You don't read them, if that makes sense.
Wow, it's getting a bit hot in here, ain't it?
A lot of these players take the role play aspect of the game, which is the biggest selling point of this role playing game, very seriously. See, now you see like Purple Ace shakes furiously, slinging magnums, slobber, sling everywhere. You didn't read that. You didn't read that.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You saw her do it.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean.
All right, so you mentioned in the training area, one of the things was the jump key is not the right key, so that's something that we could probably change. Yes. But do you think we should add more of the mechanic stuff, like an actual?
Yeah, I think so. Like, add a target object, like go to this, go to that, so that way people can get acquainted with movement, and then like there was a good thing there with that. When you go up the stairs and then it has that broken part of the stairs and it tells you to jump. Mm-hmm. But then again, when I pressed J, the jump key wasn't defaulted to J, so I had to change it.
Okay. And when you say go to this and go to that, you mean like an actual thing to fight in there where you're invulnerable to being damaged, but you can learn how to use your keys and actually attack the monster or whatever.
Right. Okay. Like, a little fighting training, and and then you go on to the next portion, maybe an area where you get to understand what it would be like to be hit.
Okay.
Like you don't die, or if you do die, you don't lose experience in the training area.
Okay. Something like a room where you regen your hit points instantly, but you can still take damage. That way you can see what it's like.
Yeah,
so,
that
something
too.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
That's all valuable feedback for the mechanical portion.
I would say die. Let the character pass on or die or
collapse.
Yep. And then become a part of the orb, the soul sphere,
mm-hmm.
and then direct that soul sphere to an area where they are no longer a soul sphere. If there's no one in their party, because I noticed that there's people in their party and they have healing arts, they can bring you back, like what happened to me. I know Starling, as a matter of fact, I think brought me back, and Cyborg, I know, brought me back, I think.
Yeah, you'll learn what that art is in game. I won't tell you the name of the art because that's part of your journey.
Yeah.
But
I'm not looking for what it's called. I'm just
it's an art that you'll get to be able to get higher than most people because it happens to be of your focus.
But I understand it's about the journey, but at the same time, it's kind of like when people, like most of the time, people are not going to know to walk up to each of those little statues in that one room with all the portals in it.
Oh yeah, the Hall of Arts.
to get the information. No, I'm
Gotcha.
talking about in the training area. Yeah, well,
Where it tells you a little bit about each of the arts.
yeah, like
Okay.
people are not going to know to go to that automatically. They're going to be like, okay, well, what do I do here? And then they'll accidentally stumble upon something, and they'll notice their you know, the text box do something, and they're like, oh, I guess I did something, and then they can read it. But maybe a little, I don't know, something.
Well,
Something designate what those things are and what they do.
I gotcha. That's all. I mean, that's all valuable information.
I mean, it makes the training area a little longer, but at the same time, people can get more acquainted with what each thing does. Especially, I didn't know you could right click on the mouse on somebody and get their description.
Right, because that's not even
going through. Yeah,
yeah. Okay. And that's a mechanic. That's a mechanic tool that should be addressed in the training area. In order to read or sense somebody's aura, you must right click on them in your who list or something like that.
Put an NPC in there, like one NPC that doesn't do anything,
just has an aura
solely for that purpose. Yeah, like you get a prompt that tells you take your mouse or whatever. I guess people. Oh, the mouse, because I'm assuming it's all default until you figure out a way to like alter it to where each person uses a specific thing. But take your mouse, right click on the dreamer to find their aura and or their description. And also you can move on to have like more than one NPC. One NPC is to figure that out. Another NPC does like basic. Like a basic chat script, or like an interactive script, not like AI, but just like a basic interactive script, like, figure out how to talk properly in role play, like certain words, certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't even have to do that. You just have a prompt that says, in role playing, this game truly is what that is truly role playing. And, the use of, because I don't remember seeing anything like that, the use of emojis. I mean, I'm sure it might be in there, but I don't remember seeing.
It doesn't really discuss emojis per se. It basically tells you in the chat room, the communication room, what the four chats are.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can access all of those from just the T button. If you press T, you have a bubble that says talk, shout, action, whisper, and reports, so you can send reports. So like if somebody's doing a good job role playing, etc. You can report them for good role playing, and the GM team will usually typically issue them a reward.
What, people who aren't role playing?
No, for people who are or aren't. If you think somebody's going out of character, you report them. If you think they're doing a great job, you still send a report and just say, hey, this player's doing a great job. And the GM,
I just been given a role play point.
You can give
hey, everyone.
Those. Hey, Luigi.
Oh. Hello.
So this is our managing director. Yes.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
AV is a new player, and he's giving us some pretty good feedback as far as like some of the things we can do to kind of enhance training area and things like that. Purple Lace is Susan's making some good points as well, as about not giving him too many of the answers in game verbally. But one of the things I've noticed is that our new players are getting disinterested, and I think it's a communication loss between the mechanics of the game and the role playing portion, and how we can try to find a line between the two so that they have a better grasp of things coming in.
Definitely, yes.
I mean, I'll gladly go into the training area just so I could, point some things out if you don't mind, if you wouldn't mind me. I won't be too harsh of a critic.
Well, you are being presented, so it's your
All
show.
Criticism would be welcome.
Well, I don't have, like I said, I don't really have anything that bad to say. Just like some of the things that I pointed out earlier about the training area needs to be more interactive, needs to be more, it just needs to have, like a more, like it gets somebody really acquainted to it. Like, the first part of it when when you jump over the broken part of the stairway, that's there should be more of that, and then and also the J button should work. But I think that was just a problem with me. I don't know if others have had that experience where they start the game and it doesn't work. Might just be me.
No, a couple of I want to say a couple of patches ago, some of the key maps were reset it. Unfortunately, they didn't kind of adjust the training area to reflect that. So it's gonna tell you hit the J button to jump, and of course, just the key bindings, the default bindings were changed for everyone. So we're working on that. So thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Now, one of the things Susan mentioned, AV, is that in the Hall of Arts area, it does kind of briefly state, like it pops up in the window there, to walk into each item to learn more about the arts. But I think that maybe we could change the description, because again, we're looking at it from players that have been playing it for years and years, so we think nothing of it. And we do have to think from a 2018 time point now and think to ourselves, how much easier or how much more directive can we make this so that players understand that they should walk into each of these areas to learn. Your NPC idea is a good idea. I don't know how feasible it is, but it's a good idea.
I mean, it doesn't have to be fully interactive or fully AI, just basic. I'm sure you could. I'm sure it. I don't know. It may be a hassle to program that in, or to like just create an NPC character. I don't know. I don't know how much.
It's either that or we update one of the rooms inside the city, like for instance this newly awakened area that recently opened here, where we designate it as an OOC room, and that is the only room where players can talk out of character to kind of walk new players through keyboard configurations, concept of arts, concept of tasks, concept of teachers, and things like that. I don't know.
I was just gonna say, I noticed there's banners around, but when you first get into the area, I guess would be the area where all the houses are. There's nothing that's really directing anybody to anywhere. It's just kind of like a bunch of houses. It tells you to go. Like if you try to do an action, it informs you what to do then. But
yeah,
even then, like when you first go into there, it just says this area is so and so. And
are you talking about your courtyard? You mean?
Yeah.
Where all the archways are?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like the entrances to the houses.
Yeah. That's the last basic out of game area. It's you can't do any actions or anything like that there until you enter one of the archways. Now, the archways themselves, you can enter any one on the left-hand side because that takes you into Threshold. In order to enter the ones on the right-hand side, you have to have a crest for that house. Otherwise, the portals are locked.
I'm about to say this in the role play chat. Is this fine?
What are you about to say? Oh, I can barely.
I am heading to the training area to zone out and talk to myself.
Training area. Yeah, I guess that's okay.
I don't know how people would react to that, but I'm sure they would take it as in something important is being done here.
Susan, he can't see the chat. Wait, when you say training area, are you talking about the area that you go into when you first enter the game?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't just walk there, dude. Yeah, the only way you can get there is by waking and re-entering the game.
Yeah, the training area is actually completely offline, so you don't even need to be logged in. It's just completely offline until you actually hit into the courtyard. That's where it actually throws you online. So it checks against to see whether your account is active, terminated, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit, and then I'm going to exit the game and come back, and then go into the training area.
Okay.
That's wrong thing.
Hey, Starling.
Yeah, Starling's in the chat with us there. In the Hangouts.
I'm triple tasking.
Oh, you are? You're tasking?
No. I mean, like triple tasking, like talking on this one, playing the game, hanging out in chats. 3 places.
That's a try.
A woman of many talents.
Yeah. Shit, Gola's still got to get her final interview. He's been lacking.
What's this extra scroll
Well, thank
option
you for the
here?
compliment on many talents.
I think the extra scroll, we added that because sometimes the chat was sticking or something, right?
Yeah, it would cut off like a particular line for some people back in the day, so they added that on
Okay.
to give you extra space, so you won't that last line wouldn't be cut off.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, when I
Yes, sir.
first read this part right here, I was like, "Oh God, do I have to download Windows XP and run a virtual machine to play this game?"
No.
Initially, that's what I thought. You know,
We are working on updating that. I believe. I think we've almost finished it.
All right.
That's the thing that we worked on for in marketing, isn't it, Luigi? That whole thing that appears there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's about to get a nice facelift.
Oh, what happened? Where'd you go?
You're in the training area.
Oh, it disappeared on me. Oh, there it goes. Now
You're there.
it's bugging out on me.
It takes a minute. It showed up.
I see. I won't press any buttons, but see, that's what happens. Like I'm not touching anything. It automatically closes out or it closes out by itself.
Oh, I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, well, never mind then.
It's something's popping up this way. Whatever that. Do you have another app open somewhere?
There we go. I got it to say. Okay, use the arrow keys to move yourself through the dream state. All right.
All right, so we already know the
I'll
jump
see.
thing, so you can skip that
Yeah.
one.
Well, it works now because
Oh,
I've already said
See
it.
some booty.
Yeah, he's a artist. He actually drew that, Luigi.
Hey, that's cool.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I must be lagging.
So you was asking about the I guess the art that I have on my thing. That was actually a birthday gift to me many years ago, back when I was a GM for a previous project. So that's one of
Nice.
my characters, Artenia.
No, it's very nice. It's very beautiful. I like it.
Yeah, and I like
Yeah, that artist.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I like the Sable Moon in the background, but it's awesome.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Yeah, yeah, Zartani was originally going to be one of the guys for a variant of that house. I think it was called Emancipators of Men or something. It was kind of like a House of Freedom back in Shades of Truth. So yeah, and that Red Halo was originally going to be like a Dream Strike Master back in the day, but I never got around to it, like with the Halo and everything. busy.
So it's super cool.
Yeah, this that artist has a couple of different images he did back in the day. I think he did one for Quero, he did one for Dinah, whatever the name is.
Oh,
And
cool.
yeah, I think I have them saved in my computer somewhere, so I'll show them and give him props.
Awesome.
Well, for those of you that like to order Underlight merchandise, AV is an artist that can do your avatar character.
Yeah, I don't want to use Angelo's current one. I'm actually going to redo his because my skills with digital art have improved a lot, so I'm going to be redoing it anyways.
All right, so this is the Hall of Voices. This is where
Yeah,
you
see,
learn how to talk.
Right now, here I actually get a clear of what to do. It says walk over to the letters on the floor, and we can see all the letters.
Yeah, I believe that's discussing the communication and emotes and talks and shot and all that stuff. Keep in
See,
mind,
here's
this
the
was
part.
created about 20 years ago.
Yeah. If you wish all dreamers in an area to hear you, select shot after pressing T. To talk with other dreamers, press the T key. See, normally people wouldn't read all of it into that. Like, I know a lot of people are actually going to read every last word of that, but I know I didn't. So, like, I started pressing T for shout and to talk. I was like, okay, why isn't shout working? Initially.
Yeah. All right. So here, you think we should explain that the T key brings up the the talk function, and then you would select the appropriate bubble for the type of communication you wish to enter. Something along
Yeah,
those
I
lines.
think so. Yeah.
Because
Or have a keyboard shortcut for shout.
No, well, if you press T right now, shout's right there. Go ahead.
No, it says talk.
No, press T.
I did press T.
I don't see nothing popping up. There. Shout. See the little bubble?
Yeah.
You got to select the bubble. Shout. So everything is under the T key.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is some people don't read everything like me. Like I didn't read it in its entirety at first, and I know if I don't, some other people will too.
So you think we should simplify this by just saying use the T key and select the appropriate bubble to represent the type of communication you want?
Yeah, maybe. Knowing in this day and age, yeah. That doesn't say too much about me.
Well, I actually think you're right. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, Luigi, I mean, how many people actually read everything when it comes to a game these days?
Listen, when I started originally playing Underlight back in some time, which I don't want to reveal my age, but I never even used the training room. I just went straight into the game.
Oh, there you go.
Learn through what do you call it? Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, my version of shot was just putting everything in all caps. That was my version of shot until I figured out nobody heard me from a distance.
Well, I'll just give my age. I'm 30. What am I? 34. No, none of y'all have to give your age, but I'm giving my age so you can realize, the younger demographic, I guess, or whatever kind of demographic you want to categorize me into. But I'm 34. I was born in '84, so.
Oh, Susan made a good suggestion. So maybe instead of in the training area, instead of calling it the talk, shout, whatever, we just call it the radio button, and underneath that a little description of each button.
Yeah. Would it be hard to just by default program a key to be shout? Like you press that button
by default? It already is. By default, S for shout, W for whisper, E for emote, T for talk.
Not on mine. S and D are strafing.
Because you reconfigured your keyboard.
I didn't do this.
No, that's the default. Hold on. Open up your keyboard configuration.
I think mine are S and D also, and I haven't changed those.
Now highlight one of the things in the right-hand side, and then press S until you see the word shout.
I believe the S key is default as one of the movement keys.
Mm-hmm.
Was that one of the new builds?
No. Been like that for a couple of years.
And see, it doesn't even show the keys for strafe, but sidestep. Never mind. It's sidestep left, sidestep right. Strafe doesn't have a key. My terminology was off there. I'll be right back. I'm getting cotton mouth. Hold on.
I don't know. I think that was one of the newer builds, Luigi, like 3 builds ago. Because before that, you used to be able to just press S, E, T, and W.
Right. I'm pretty sure it was a while ago, but you might be right too. I'm gonna agree to disagree, but it is what it is.
I'm back.
So I think the default key is now just the T key.
For all talk commands.
For all talk commands.
Yeah, I believe T T is for like talk, shout, and then I believe the E key is still for remote.
But you can still reach it under T.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, everything. All five options are under the T key. So maybe we could refine that so that we kind of incorporate that into the training area.
I just know that it becomes kind of when conversations start getting fast paced. Because I know I'm a kind of the person that types long, drawn out paragraphs sometimes, especially when I'm trying to answer more than
Same.
more than one question. So I mean, conversations do get fast paced. So it's kind of like, I know, especially people aren't going to really do a shout all that much, but like let's say you have to do a constant shout all the time for whatever reason. You're trying to tell the whole area your thoughts and opinions. I don't know why somebody would, but I don't know. Maybe not by default, but an option to set the shout key. That way it makes it easier. I don't know. Just an option.
Again, don't be afraid to state your opinions. This is one of the reasons why I signed off on this exercise. Basically, we can get genuine feedback from new players to improve upon it. So whatever you feel like you need to say, let it be known.
All right. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys allowing me to have the open floor, I guess, so to speak.
Well, it really does help us because we do want new players. We want them to come in. We want them to stay. But is there things that we can do that can help that? That's where you come in because you literally are a new player. We've got 20 years under our belt. Some of us. This is
the room that. Let me get rid of that box. Okay, see, let me do it clean. The fastest path to power is through respect, dreamer. I didn't even see that before.
Yes, yeah. There you can miss some. You can miss some of the writing.
I don't know.
You have entered the Chamber of Arts. Arts are powerful skills that you can use to alter the dream state. Walk into each alcove. To see, a lot of people aren't going to understand what an alcove is.
So maybe we can rephrase.
Not change this air. Yeah, just rephrasing it like, each alcove is designated by pillars of light, or something. And walk into that and learn more about the game.
Maybe walk into each ledge area to learn more about a specific art.
Yeah.
Because it kind of is a ledge. What do you think, Luigi? A clove is a fancy term. I like that, though.
I mean, you can keep alcove, but like say they're designated by these pillars. That way people are going to walk around and be like, oh, what's an alcove? I know what one is. You guys know what one is.
Yeah. Maybe we can put an artifact or something, like a statue of something in each area and just touch each statue to learn more about that art.
Yeah.
Would that be too difficult, Luigi? From a dev perspective?
No, I think something could be worked out towards that.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget your shameless plug of the UL store.
What's that?
I said, don't forget your shameless plug of the UL store. It's kind of obligatory.
I did say that already. I mentioned the store.
I'll keep doing it. What's the problem?
Please go to... Please. Oh, yeah. I should have had the link posted in the...
https://www.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You gotta sound like one of those old school PBS fun drives.
All kinds of cute stuff.
Brought to you in part by
the number 5
Don't
and the
say
letter G.
I do
By the letters Q, R, and P.
I do believe Starling recently debuted some of her stuff.
I did. I
Yes.
have a fancy Order of the Sable Moon ruler T-shirt that I just love, and I'm looking to order some more stuff pretty soon.
I think your horse loved it too.
He did. He was trying to give it kisses.
All right. So the link for the Underlight store is in the chat. Please feel free to click and order something.
So many cute things. I mean, keychain, wall clock, like all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you. And you can get a chamois thong. I mean, your life is not complete without one.
Yeah, AV, I will pay you $50 to buy the chamois thong and market it.
What? The chamois thong?
Yes, the thong.
Put a picture of it on the screen. I want to see it.
Lord have mercy.
You brought it up. Now you must show what you're talking
the link is in the chat. Click on the link.
No. You have to click on the link so I can see it. I'm the game. Remember?
Yeah. All right, keep going through. What else do we need to work on?
Nice way to segue out of that.
Right.
But yeah, it's just I know in the initially it tells you what to do, but it doesn't really say like people just walk around or bump into walls.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what I'm doing haphazardly. I know that's not going to happen with. I'm stuck. Okay, there we go. Stuck for a minute. The no art identifies.
Hashtag no change in the chamois song. Oh Lord have mercy.
Try evoking no right now. Select the arts tab and double click on the no. That part's fine, but I know there's
That's my apprentice.
I know there's keyboard shortcuts for it as well, right? There's keyboard shortcuts for some of these.
Well, you can make them, yes, but what do you mean for which?
For no and join party.
Yes, once you have you already have the art no, so you can actually short key that to the letter K. But some arts are going to have similar letters.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really wrong. It's just more direction is needed, I guess.
So
some of us are dummies.
Well, I know the biggest thing is kind of we do kind of need like a keyboard configuration type. Right. What Susan said, go to keyboard configuration, you can set up. But we kind of need a walkthrough somewhere in the chaining area for walking people through that process where it doesn't configure their whole keyboard, but it kind of tells them, okay, this is how you configure your keyboard.
Right. You can do this, as you go on through the game, you can do this kind of thing. This is how you would go about doing it and just show them how to do one thing.
Yeah, and I know a couple people posted some keyboard configs in the forum, so we could also put a link in there saying to learn more about keyboard configuration, please visit this.
Exactly. And it would, especially in the training area, that would be beneficial, including that URL link.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're about to exit this area, like it says, there are many more arts for you to master in the City of Dreams, but you must seek out a teacher and persuade them to train you. And it could also bring up the fact that if you would like to know more about the arts you learned here, go to this website. There's forum, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I agree. And Susan made a good point. Since it is an OOC area, there's a lot of things we can put in there that we couldn't ordinarily put inside once you're in the courtyard. Yeah. So like maybe a shameless link to the store.
Yeah. This part was very
wait a minute, don't get carried away now.
It says there's a talisman in your inventory. Click on it. Like, remember when I first did this with you, and I'm like, what talisman? Where? I couldn't figure out what it was, and then I went to here. I was like, okay. It's then click on the turn, press the control key to use a talisman.
All right, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, Susan, or legitimate. It's hard to tell with you. All right, so you need an idea of when it says there's a talisman in your pack, kind of an idea of how to go to your pack.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you to go to your items list or anything in there?
That's not what I meant. Like, I know that it's trying to get you to use it, but, kind of like... I don't know. I think because aren't talismans really? You don't really start to use talismans until you
There's
become part of the house.
no, there's talismans you can use as an orbit 0. People can make you talismans that you can use, but you can also use items that restore your will, your insight, your resilience, your city, your dream soul, and things like that. Which you don't need to be any orbit. You could be any orbit to use them.
Here it talks about recharge art and identify art.
Wait. It talks about recharge?
Yeah. It would be nice to see that art show up so people can go, okay, well, let me recharge. Let me recharge it, I guess. And then make it clear that that might be something you may not, that you don't get initially. Or is that something that you do get initially?
It's not something that you get initially. It's a dream sphere art that requires a pretty high level, I believe.
Well, that might need to be specified.
It does require, the game is about interacting with other focuses. So somebody like Purple Lace, for instance, that's a dream sphere. She has recharge. So if you have an item that needs recharges, you would go to a dream sphere with the art, and some will do it for free. Some will ask you for an item in return for fixing your other item.
But yeah, as I said, maybe more of like a get you acquainted with battle or hunting or fighting another individual, other than just giving you the talisman, telling you to use it and throw some fireballs at something.
Mm-hmm.
It in a way, it would be more getting you acquainted to actually aiming and using directional buttons and getting more used to that.
So do you think we should include other talismans in this area that you would be using before you leave this area, like Dream Soul Restorer or
that? I mean, the training talisman was fine just for like the basic thing, just to get the idea of it. And you know, like with what is it, the Soul Reaper, the blade, you know, giving them that option as well and telling them about that, like you have more than one item at your disposal to defend yourself with. And then, you know, if you want to do close combat, you would use this. If you want to do far combat, use this. You know, get acquainted with these items, etc., etc.
Okay.
You know, doing like I was talking about earlier, you know, one part of it would be to show what an attack would do to an enemy, or you know, or a mare, you know, how it would harm it, what conditions it would cause, etc. And then the other part of the training would include, you know, you taking some damage and how it would affect you and what would happen. Then we go on to the whole
what it does to your what it does to your character.
Yeah.
Kind of experience your first collapse with no negative effects to being collapsed, just so you can get the OOC portion of it understood. I got you.
That's the big thing, because when that first happened to me, I was like, oh god, what is this? You know, I wasn't expecting that.
I agree. I think so, Susan. I think that in the training area, if we could put like a non-lethal NPC for the first part and then a lethal NPC for the second part, so that they can get collapsed, because in the next room, that's the sanctuary, they would be restored, so they would learn both the collapse and what a sanctuary does to restore them simultaneously within 2 rooms.
Exactly.
So I think that is something useful. And then we could also put like a little statement that says something like, to learn more about talismans and what they do, you can visit the newly awakened center once you enter the City of Dreams.
Yeah. This part I was confused about. I didn't get this part. Is that supposed to be later?
This is a sanctuary. It's basically giving you an idea of what a sanctuary is.
I got that, but I didn't understand this part.
Oh, that's just a hallway. I think that was supposed to be something eventually, but I don't think it ever became anything.
I understand that I'm lagging a little bit, guys, as far as video goes, or as far as video goes. The thing on your, the thing right here. Yeah, that's
Which thing?
See,
Okay.
that's not what was at the
Okay.
place where you could find the quest missions.
Okay, so that is a message board that you'll find in threshold pits and in most houses, and it's a way for members to communicate with one another.
I don't see that anywhere, unless
That-
I'm not allowed to. Unless I'm not able to go into those places.
You're not able to go into the houses yet because you're not a member unless you're invited. You are able to see one of those in threshold pits though, and when you're back in game, you can ask one of the players to show you where that message board is. In I think we can refer to it as message board. But hold on, stop, don't go in yet. Crap, go back, because that Susan made another good point. Go back.
Go back where?
Back into that last room in the training area. Yes, it's a dead but spinning portal, but you made a good point, and I want to make sure that we get it on film, and then Luigi can mention it too. That portal, Luigi, we should change that so that it leads to the newly awakened center instead of threshold first. How do you feel about that?
I think that can be worked out.
Because that would actually be more beneficial to new players because that's where they're going to get a large assortment of information.
Yeah, because when I first time I walked out here, it was like, okay, there's nobody here. Then all of a sudden, like, of course, you'll start seeing an influx of other dreamers, players coming along, coming to talk with you, converse, role play, etc., etc.
Right, because then this area won't confuse them as much because they've already gone through the training and then they've gone through the welcome center. So the next time they play, they come into here and they can choose the portal that they enter.
Yeah. Although this looks like a place for parties, for role-playing parties anyways. Got a big pool.
Oh, no.
So basically, this is the archway to threshold, and each one leads you to that specific house's threshold, and they're connected in a circle. And now all of the houses are open, but all of the thresholds are open. Yeah, it is kind of a stumper because you leave a sanctuary and all of a sudden you're in a courtyard, Susan. So I agree.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Do what?
Move my eyes around.
Yes, that's your toggle your height.
That was something I was thinking that could be beneficial in the tutorial, to look up and down.
Okay. So like some type of key movement. So your left and right look, your up and down look, how to recenter your look. That's something that should be.
Yes, I agree. Like, it took me through messing around to figure that out. Because sometimes I want to look up at the sky, because it's beautiful.
So yeah, you like that idea, Susan? Adding that to the tutorial, adding the extra portal that leads to the newly awakened area, and somewhere in that newly awakened area, we can, as teachers, as player characters, we can explain the courtyard area that he's looking at right now, so that once they're back in the game the second time or a third time, they can skip the training area, come into the courtyard, and they're gonna already know from having been in the newly awakened center that they can go through any of the portals without the fear of thinking that they've joined a house, and kind of give them an idea of what threshold way is. Okay, perfect. All right, what do you guys, Starling? What do you think? Because that gives us, the players, the ability to add the RP aspect of explaining the courtyard.
Yes, I agree. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And yeah, I do like that prompt right there. That is very I can agree with what that prompt says. A lot of the individuals, whether they're head of the houses or teachers or whatever, a lot of people are very friendly.
Susan wants you to walk into the water before you come back into threshold, and then Kaylee Kohler is going to take you on a tour of the houses.
Cleansing myself off. Like cleansing myself. You know those things are contagious, right?
What, the yawns?
Yeah.
So believe it or not, AV, you've given us a lot of great feedback. So I do appreciate that. So thank you very much. And I do hope you keep playing. It's not expected for you to play 10 or 15 hours a week, of course. You can play an hour a day or an hour a week. I just want you to keep playing because I think that you'll enjoy this. All right, so you want to go back to Providence. Not that way. Not that way. Not that way. Go back to the center of the room and take a left. Or left or right. What is it? Oh, nice. Actually, what am I doing? I can just summon you to me. I know. I think so. Oh, maybe not.
I'll find it.
I don't know how it works. So I do mostly marketing. I very rarely log a GM character.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, did you find it? Nope, you're in the library. There you go. New to the dream. I'm gonna drive to your home and beat you.
So what was one of your funniest experience when you was a brand new dreamer into the game? Gola.
Huh?
Gola.
What's that?
I said, what was one of your funniest experiences? Like one of those experiences you was completely embarrassed after the fact when you started playing the game originally, back when the game was still being coded or something.
Oh my god. Well, the first persons I ran into were Lace and Ravage 1. And I mean, I was 18, 19 years old, so horny and didn't know anything about role playing and was just flirting with everything. And Ravage took personal offense to it and basically spent 6 months just collapsing me, literally. Like,
wow.
Everywhere I went, he would show up and boom, I was dead.
He didn't like you flirting with everybody, huh?
And then the first time I ever pissed off a GM before I even knew what GMs were, as Modan, and I was a young punk, so I kept calling him Ass Man, and it got me a visit with Taggertooth. Remember him? Taggertooth.
Yeah, that was more of a janitor though.
Yeah, that was a Terminator. Yeah. Yeah. Got a little visit to the unknown with Taggertooth and as Modan, and was basically given my one and only warning to be more polite and respectful. The three rules.
Right.
And that's when Guard Dog, I guess, and Ladybug took me under their wing and basically started. They kind of mentored me both IC and OOC. So they mentored me OOC-ly about how to be a better role player. Because I mean that was the thing about Underlight. That is our core component is role playing, and
that's one of the experiences that makes the game unique to most others because it's just like an enforced role playing environment.
Yeah, it's never changed in 20 years. It's always been about the role play, and they kind of emphasized that and kind of taught me some stuff. And then I learned about teachers and what they were, and then I wanted to be a teacher. And well, it's one thing led to another, and here you are with Gola. I mean, I've mellowed out a lot, and I've really, really developed a good role play for what I want Gola to be at. And then, mostly it's about using the tools correctly. Like the halos, the crests, they're all tools for role playing to advance storylines, whether it's yours or somebody else's.
Right.
And while you have the whole good and evil thing, you still have that OOC aspect as a player. You have to look at what does the evil character bring to the game, and how does it enhance role play for people. So there are some support things you have to do from a player perspective that you wouldn't normally do as a character itself. So you know what I'm saying? Like separating Gola from Angelo and Angelo from Gola. There are things that Angelo has to do because it enhances the game that Gola ordinarily wouldn't do based on who Gola is.
Right.
That's the biggest thing to learn, and the hardest thing to accept when you're first starting out. Even back in those days, because everybody wants to be the hero. Everybody wants to have this big end game thing, but that's the thing. The game never ends. It expands, it grows, it changes, and it evolves based on the things that we, the players, do. And there's no other game on the market that allows you to do that. Yeah, I bet you remember that, Susan. Oh my God. Quickest way to get collapsed, piss off a Fate Sender named Ravage 1. And even Ravage, he had his haha moments. I think he was kind of a misunderstood role player. I mean, he had his moments where he was like hated by everybody, but then there were those tender moments where he was a really good role player.
Man, she's pretty powerful.
Who, Purple Ace?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
often infant without blinking.
I think she's 8th now, right? Is she 8th now? I think she's 8th spear. Yeah, so she's powerful. She's stronger than me. Well, stronger than my player character. What about you, Luigi? What was one of your funniest, most embarrassing moments, and then maybe one of your best moments?
Oh boy. I think one of my funniest moments when I first met one of the Sinistrals. Oh my goodness, that was a riot because this character was already role playing as kind of volatile. So I'm in there messing with this character, and it's just like, I'm just like, hey, I'm trying to join the house. Come again?
Yep, you're at Purple Ace's house.
What in the world? What the heck was that thing?
Oh, I think there's a day mirror in there.
She just ended it. I wasn't even going to attempt that.
Oh, that was they have an
Agonite.
They have an Agonite that spawns on their house. Luigi?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
They need to take care of that.
That's on the house to roleplay.
Yeah. Do some spring cleaning.
All right, so the Sentinel. Do you remember the name of the Sentinel? Because I'm trying to remember if it's the one I think it is. Was he the HC Sentinel?
No, UOC Sentinel. Yeah. So I'm in there, trying to like, hey, I'm here to join your house. I didn't understand the whole guild guide thing and everything that was going on. It was just that they basically told me, hey, that's the lady you got to talk to join the house, So I'm trying to join the house, and of course, I was like 17 or something back then, so I was trying to be a flirt. I'm sitting there trying to flirt with talking about people. And then everybody's like, no, don't do that, bro. Don't do that, bro. And I'm just like, well, what's up? Chill with the game. Boy, I learned that day. That was actually Gorgonson. He was there, and Mel, and a couple of other people. And then I think one of the most moments, like one of the most intense moments I had, is when I finally got to meet the legend behind Falco, and he's just like collapsing everybody left and right. And I'm just like, well, how hard is it to be to collapse this one guy? You know, he's just there collapsing everybody in the game, like one after another, boom, 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 boom. And it was just like intense because I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm like first spear, I'm ready to take you on. Pew, never mind. He collapsed me like in two blasts.
He would have been what? He was sixth when you were first,
He was
right?
sixth spear.
Yeah.
Right. He was sixth spear, and that blast took me out in like 3 blasts.
And he knew how to toggle his arts really well too, between flame, blade, blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very skilled combatant in the game.
Wow.
I think by far, like in the top, at least top 5.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gaz was another one. Gazgul. He was a good fighter.
Him and that laugh.
Yep. Oh god, I hated that laugh. But yeah. His brother, the guy that role played his brother, was really good fighter too. I think it was Cage or something like that.
Yeah, Cage.
But yeah, Folkel taught me the blade flame thing. We were like hardcore flame bladers. Nobody could beat us back in the day.
Mm.
Now today, I guess it's like what, Nathan, Harkin. I guess Uthi can pretty well hold his own for some things.
For some things.
Well, I mean, I don't think he can. I don't think he can beat Harkin. I don't think anybody can beat Harkin. He's just really good at what he does.
Yeah, they're very good at item management, inventory, and pretty much, you know, they got that set to a talent. And this is nothing new. This is something he's been doing since he was a kid, you know.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He's got that down to a perfected art form.
Yeah. AV, if you want to watch him, Harkin has a channel somewhere where he does he goes toe to toe with dark mares and day mares. Those are good videos to watch. Especially if you're going to be a fighter. Now, if you're in party, she's going to have to use an art to bring you in. So pay attention to what you see and what. The hell, you get all that stuff in your pack already in day 2.
Picked up a bunch of Codex learnings.
That's one way to do it.
One of the best ones is the one that's in all Marin. It's pretty hilarious. Oh my goodness, it's been forever since I've seen that room in the old Union of the Covenant. Wow.
Yeah, it brings back memories.
Oh, yes.
That room was actually one of the first time I met a mirror, like my very first mirror ever, a dark mirror. I was just like, what is coming at me? What is this? And it was just like, I'm trying to remember who the mirror was. Jeez. Foulmouth. That was who it was. He came at me. I was like, whoa, what is happening?
That was a nasty mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there was just like, he came in, I was partying to somebody, and there was just like, run. And I said, I can't run. I'm looking at this guy. I'm paralyzed. I can't move. What do I do? He just came in there and one-shot at me. I'm telling you, it was a very traumatic experience, my first couple of dreams.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? At one point, I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm done. That's enough game for the day.
Yeah. I have to recover from this. I'll be back in 2 days.
Yeah. And then, and actually, one of the person that introduced me to y'all, it was funny because the very thing that attracted me to the game was, you know, how it had developed its own language for like the mare characters, and it was just like, because they kept saying, so I was like, what are you talking? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, you know, I don't understand what the hell you're telling me, you know. And it was just like a real nerd just talking to me in Mandarin, and he kept saying "Coop the bang" and all that stuff, and I was just like trying to figure out like, what is going on. So he started telling me about this game, and of course, I had to go through the whole M-Player stuff this time. And that into itself was a whole hassle and a process there. And I joined the game. Oh my god, and that was in '90.
You're dating yourself.
Yeah, I caught myself. That's why I was like the whistle. I caught myself.
That was 2012.
That was just a little while ago.
That was in 2014.
Oh shit, AV Cyborg is here.
Where?
AV loves this character. He's in the
Live chat, or is he in the?
he's not in the live chat. He's in the game.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I like him.
Cyborg is an old player.
Wasn't he old school DOL?
Mm-hmm. During the
I'm also.
Valorian days, I think.
I think he might be possibly older than that. I remember him kind of hanging out with I want to say Cloud9.
Cloud9, Wraith, or
Mhm.
Wrath, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, Kika and all them crazy people.
Yep. Man, AV or DOL was a tough house back then too, man. It was hard to go to war with that house. They just had a lot of good
Don't get me
fighters.
started on that.
Fate Senders. Oh my god. Bring back memories between Union of the Covenant and DOL.
Yes. That was epic right there back in the days.
Those are some good days, man. And I can't wait till we get back to there. AV, there was a time when we had this game going, man. You couldn't enter a room because there were too many people in it. Too many people.
That's insane.
You would get like a little pop-up that said, "There's too many people in that room. Please wait a moment and try again."
Sounds like Yahoo chat rooms.
It was huge. We had close to 1,000 players at any given time in the early years.
I remember this. Actually, I do kind of remember this game now that y'all are talking about it. I remember not me, but a friend having it.
Yeah,
it was on old 333 megahertz.
Yep, there you go. Pentium processor.
Yeah, and it was and Pentium Celeron. It was garbage. This thing ran. This game, he tried showing it to me, and it was running slow, like ridiculously slow. It was not fast, and he sat there waiting for like 10 minutes just to get from one area to another, and he's like, "You know what? We'll just play some Nintendo 64 instead." I was like, "All right, good." I'm getting kind of bored, anyways.
Hey, do you remember having to download the game when back in those times? I'm not gonna be too specific. Where it used to take like about 2 hours to download the 22 megabytes, and then right until it got to like 98%, it would completely disconnect. And you'd be like, damn.
I had 55 free hours of AOL, man.
I remember getting so upset when the game would disconnect because my dial-up got cut off, and then I'd have to start it all back up and wait for the noise. And
oh my god! How about trying to play this thing on AOL? You've got mail. Crash! You just crashed. Your game just crashed. Oh man, this game is running so much better than it did back then. So much. And we have really great dev team. We got just so I know that I mentioned him by name because he is great. We got Macobus, who, I mean, a lot of the stuff that we have in the last couple of builds, if it weren't for him, wouldn't exist.
Definitely.
So it's like, a lot of the things that you're saying are things that he's gonna be hungry to try to change. I can guarantee you that, or find a way to make it work. We have flight now. I mean, we can fly. That's going to change the whole scope of combat.
Wait, what?
Flying.
Oh,
Where you can fly above the level of the city.
that's interesting.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I think that was Wishbringer's baby. I think.
That was Max, baby.
Oh, Max, baby. Thank you. Where did Cyborg go?
He probably ran off. He's probably looking for me. He probably figured I'm in here.
I think it was. I think another storm. Poor thing. It's been having a hard time playing tonight.
I'm gonna mess around with Magnum.
So never mind.
Oh, Lord.
Just kidding. No, you're not.
I'm not even gonna ask this question. I'm not.
Did you just wake him?
I thought I summoned him.
Mm-hmm. Stop abusing your power.
Didn't I summon him? Where did he go?
Unknown. You send him to the unknown.
Yeah.
I think I'm experiencing
Well,
some
I
big
think
time lag.
so. That's hilarious.
My bad. I thought that summoned him to me. Well, I'm not using that
Yeah.
art anymore. No wonder why Cyborg disappeared. I think I sent him to the unknown too. He's gonna be pissed.
Oh boy.
Don't step away from your computer. You'll get sent to the unknown.
Luigi, you may receive an email. I apologize in advance.
Remember, all complaints go to
Please be sure to send all your complaints to @yahoo.com.
Yeah, or AOL at least. You might get the email in 5 years.
Does the AOL domain still exist?
AOL still exists, but
I haven't heard nobody give me an AOL email in ages.
I think my former mother-in-law still uses it.
Yeah, I've known people. Some of the caregiving jobs I have, like they respond to me, it's like their name and then it's at AOL.com. I'm like, who uses AOL?
And does it still say you've got mail? Because if not, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
It's like what is that chat platform that used to exist but doesn't exist but does exist kind of a thing? What the hell is it called? Yahoo Chat. Like Yahoo Chat. Who still uses Yahoo Chat?
I didn't even know it was still a thing.
Yeah, me either. I haven't thought about it in so long.
Wait, Luigi, you may have to walk me through how I bring them back because I kind of feel bad now.
You don't.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, let's just keep.
Me and Wish was playing Star Trek the other day. Bridge Crew with the VR headset.
Oh,
so it's an interactive social game with like 4 players in the bridge and all that stuff. So me being the wise guy, I'm in there. They're telling me send communiques and all this. So I start finding up all different kinds of sound bites and everything. So I start doing the whole old school dial-up modem soundbite. Oh, they started laughing.
dude, I gotta try that VR thing because I remember you telling me the last time you were the engineer at the time or something, and you can look to your left and you can see the other player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if you have the VR headset, you can basically see them in as close as you can to real time with their movements as they speak. You can move your hands if you got the I don't know what you call them, the wands, joystick, whatever you call them.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I apologize. I thought I was I thought I was summoning you to me. I didn't realize I had to put in coordinates. My bad. Please do not send in emails. Yeah, you should be able to translocate out of there. The only problem is I don't know if wait a minute, I don't know which one you are. Are you Magnum or are you Cyborg? Because I teleported both of you apparently.
Magnum.
I'm so sorry, Magnum.
Oh my goodness, that room.
Magnum Cyborg.
This is why Angelo is not allowed to have GM toys.
We can't have nothing nice.
He does not know what all the commands do. Just write tasks. Just write tasks.
That Celebration Hall is the Celebration Hall where Starling became a guardian for the first time and got fourth sphere.
Ooh.
Right?
Reminiscent.
Yeah,
all right, wait, hold on. Luigi and I both shared stories, so Starling's got to share most embarrassing and most monumental story of Starling.
Well, I don't even really know most embarrassing. I mean, other than every time I try to fight any kind of bear above Agonite, then that's probably most embarrassing because it's just horrible to watch. And I think probably the most exciting are the big monumental things, right? So like the first time that I experienced her being ascended to Guardian from Tyrlin, or getting that fourth spear, which she worked hard for, or obviously creating the prime for the order and reopening the order was extremely exciting. As far as since I've returned, and recently getting fifth spear has just been pretty awesome, and the support from everybody. So, those are just kind of the really, really big things. Team efforts, I think, are just always super fun for me. So, but yeah, don't watch me fight a daymare. Just watch me run from it, because that's what's going to happen.
Susan said her most embarrassing thing is that Lacey was give birth to a new dreamer in front of a Lyran.
Oh my goodness.
How about that, Luigi? There's a memory for you. Codex babies.
Oh no.
Jesus. No.
Codex babies. Yeah. Back in the day, they were called Lyrans. Today, they're called Elders, but same thing. I think the old players, we call each other Lyrans now.
Yeah, I think a lot of the older players, when they came back and found out that they themselves were being referred to as the Lyrans, they was having like a fit, because like, how are they Lyrans? They're not elders, and it was just like intense, because it was just like just trying to tweak something, and people are so attached to it, and that's one of the things about this game, that you can really have like, you develop so much many memories and invest so much time into the game that you really take to heart to a lot of things that's going on in the game.
Yep. And that's the other thing about this. See, that's the thing that even training or role play will never touch on, is the fact that this community really does come together when it needs to for various things. So, and this is the reason why Underlight still stands today, because people came together to keep it, alive and running. That's a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you guys outlasted City of Heroes. Think about that.
We actually started before City Heroes.
And you outlasted them.
Correct.
And that's a what do you say? What is multi-billion? I think it was $1 billion.
City Heroes came out in 2004.
Yeah. They made hundreds of millions of dollars. Here we are sitting here, free to play, free to download.
Mm-hmm.
Please visit the store. Buy some shirts. Maybe a flask.
Experiencing dial-up.
And a chamois thong.
And a chamois thong.
To help you create your Codex babies.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, God. No. Go away. No, go away.
What do you say go away for? Uh-oh. You might not want to tangle with that. Oh, you're going to collapse. How the heck did you escape getting hit by that thing? What? He's like, no.
Whoa. Dang, I almost died from this thing.
Yeah, that's for you. That's strong. Oh, you hit it. Oh my God, he hit it. Guys, he hit the Agonite.
Right on.
Well, I died.
Really? It must be a huge delay, because I haven't seen you die yet. Oh, there it is. Damn, he only hit you once, huh?
1, 2, 3.
My connection is very dial-up, so... This thing is scary as shit. Why is the water black? What the heck? I didn't even notice that before. I'm a soul sphere, so it can't do nothing to me.
Once upon a time, it used to be clear blue.
Once upon a time. I'm guessing she can't. I'll just go back to the sanctuary. Oh. You can heal me?
Poor Cyborg. I apologize. He should be good. I feel so bad.
Got the unhappy ending.
He's getting chubby anyway. He needed to walk. You guys need to fix that ago. No, the players need to role play fixing that ago. Black Gold Texas tea. That sounds delicious.
Oh, I forgot which button does action. Oh, yeah, okay.
E for remote.
What the heck? What just happened?
You got teleported by somebody that
Oh,
actually
wow.
knows how to use it.
This is that's a new person I haven't seen before.
Who?
Arliana Jax.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rasputin. Where's Cyborg at? That's Cyborg. Oh. Oh, damn, I forgot her name. Okay, there we go. Yep. Uh, see, this is I'm taking the flirtation portion of this to a whole new level, making satirical jokes against it.
Mm-hmm.
I got the unhappy ending. I must be lagging heavily. Mic check. All right, guys. I'm going to bounce off of here.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and tell them. I say sleep, right? No, I am sleeping. Awake, right?
Time for me to wake. Something along those lines.
I think I'm lagging on here anyways. Well, that was fun. That was a lot more interactive, and I got to see one of those. What is an agonite? A daymare or?
That is a NPC mare.
Oh, okay. Well, it ruined me. I'm normally used to seeing the other things, the whatchamacallits, the infants, not infants, infants.
In order
I don't fight infants.
in order of strength and ability, it goes Infant, Agonite, or actually it goes Boggin, Bogrum, Infant, Agonite, Shamblix, Haran.
Okay, what was I trying to do here? Oh, okay. Face reveal. All right, you can stop presenting my ugly mug.
Hold on, let me get to the thing.
Awesome dance.
Right?
He's taking a bunch of screenshots and used it against you. Just saying.
Maya he, Maya ho, Maya ha,
Future Black.
Maya ha, ha. Who remembers that guy? The Numa guy.
Maybe a little.
Very little.
And it was at that moment that you realized things were starting to go downhill.
Right. Well, I want to thank you, AV, again for allowing us to live stream this and kind of get your experiences and kind of get the player feedback as well as your feedback. See where we need to meet from an RP in-game, been playing for a long time perspective to a new player perspective. And I think we got a lot of great feedback.
Not a problem, man. Sorry. Ooh, you're not boring me, man. I promise you, you're not boring. But I'm glad to be a part of it, man. I'm glad to help in that building experience, you know. And I actually do enjoy the game. I actually do enjoy it. I feel like it may become a little addicting, so I might have to pace myself with it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can. I will say this: you can definitely get lost and get yourself immersed in that. You know, it's a lot different from playing. Because I played stuff like The Sims. I played other role-playing games that aren't you know, as immersive as this. But you know,
Yeah. You can lose time quickly in here. I mean, look, we've been doing it for 2 hours.
I thought it was longer than that.
Well, probably a little bit longer, but not much.
Either way, but yeah, you can get lost in the. You can get lost.
I don't know if he can see you type or not. AV, do you have the chat pulled up? Susan's asking if you could see her.
Let me go to the live chat for a minute. Let me go to the live chat.
Oh boy.
Oh, there's my ugly mug on the thumbnail.
Screen capture.
Which question am I looking for?
Luigi, thank you for coming on. I do appreciate it. Starling, thank you for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Likewise,
It's
thank
nice
you.
to meet you, Luigi. It's nice to meet you. Meet the voice to the character, Starling.
Oh, thanks. Nice to meet the voice to the character Raziel as well.
Thank you to Koi Scribble and the rest of the chat. And you guys saw the walkthrough of the training area. So if you, the chat, see things that you think can be tweaked or improved upon or whatever, by all means. I said to the chat. Hold on,
Yes.
let me mention her specifically. And to Susan, controller of Purple Lace. Just email it to marketing@underlight.com or support@underlight.com.
I can see you, Susan, by the way.
Gotta turn off my camera so I can smoke in peace.
That sounds like something a Yiddish grandmother would say to their son. Stop smoking, Gola.
Right?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Something along those lines. It was a very bad impression.
All right, so we're good to go. Like I said, if you guys have any other suggestions for ways of enhancing the mechanical aspect, the out of character aspect of getting new players oriented in the game, please email support@underlight so that we can get that to the dev team. And thank you so much to everybody. I really appreciate it. It was a good stream.
It was, and I appreciate you having me on and posting my business for everyone out there to see.
Yep.
And I appreciate, again, I want to say it was nice to meet both of you. I've already met Mr. Angelo here, Mr. Stevens. I've already met him.
Oh, my condolences.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That pretty much.
Looks like it's time to go blow up Union of the Covenant.
Wow, terroristic threats.
I know, right? That does go so well over on YouTube, especially nowadays.
I'm really gonna enjoy having Gola as a female fate sender in the game from now moving forward.
Permanently.
You can't make jokes with the managing director because they have all that access. You know?
Hey, at least I know how to use my access.
Ooh, touche.
Known forever.
He's got you there.
I feel so bad. I need to read up on those arts and see what the hell they actually do. I hardly ever play that character. I'm usually on as Gola, but I don't know. It was Wiss's suggestion I do the GM thing, keep people safe. So, all right. So thanks, guys. Y'all have a great night, and let's do this again soon.
Later, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.